Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to Royal Sussex Live. Welcome, one and all. Uh-oh. All right. Oh, was my face there? No, it wasn't. Let me try that again. Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to Royal Sussex Live. Welcome, one and all. All right. Thank you very much. Thank you, Maya Dino, for being first. Thank you very much for that. Patty Askew, Fancy, Rodney Jackson, Mary H., Lydia Washington, and a host of friends and others. Hey, Connie Bomber! Little shout out for Connie Bomber. Rosa Roberts. Okay. I don't think we'll be here for more than an hour. We never are we? More like more than 3 or 4 hours, but not tonight, though. Not tonight. Okay, let me go ahead and bring the slide up. Uh-oh. Oh no, did I do that again? All right. All right, this is going to be, how do I do that? Let me see. Try that again. How can I undo that? Okay. Okay. All right. I know what I'm going to do. So, oh man, I got to figure out a way around that. Okay, I'm back and I'm going to try that again. Ah, success. There it is. That's just what I'm looking for. All right. Once you get used to it, you can figure out how to get around stuff. All right. Perfect. Okay, perfection. Hey, Legs. Joan Garcia. Um, let me see. Oh, yeah. I noticed that. Anyway, welcome to Royal Sussex. And yes, finally got over that 62,000 mark. Oh my God, it was just lingering and lingering. I'm like, how long can we just stay stuck under 62,000? It just seemed to linger and linger and linger. But finally, looks like we made it. Look how far we come, my baby. Might have taken the long way, but just look at us growing strong. We're still together, still going on. Still the one. I love that song. Looks like we made it. All right. What's that? No sound? Let me see here. Do we have sound or don't we? Sound. Looks like there's sound on my end. Uh try again. Yes, refresh. Okay. So yes, finally 62,000 subscribers. Well, I'm not even going to hold out hope to get over 100,000 by the end of the year. Things are going mighty slow. Although I am not opposed to nudity if I thought it would move the dial. So we'll see how it goes. We'll see how it goes. I am willing to go back to my old days of exotic dancing if I thought if I thought it would garner more subscribers. I will take it all off if I thought that that would help Royal Sussex. Yeah. But until then, we're going to try to do this the wholesome way. Yeah, we'll try to do this the wholesome way. But if that doesn't work, ba-da-da-da-da, ba-da-da, ba, ba-da-da-da-da, ba-ba-ba-ba, ba-ba, 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 ba-ba-da-da-da-da-da. I'm telling you, desperate times calls for desperate measures. Have you seen the price of eggs? Got to do what you got to do. Um, that's right. Got to shake the money makers. That's right. Okay. Now, what's next? Happy birthday, Joy Amore. Happy birthday, Joy Amore. Do you know it is exactly midnight my time? And I didn't want to share this before midnight. So happy birthday, Joy Amore, and many happy returns of the day. Now, here's the question. Is Joy Amore here? Ah, there you are. There you are. Okay. We are going to have our birthday salsa. All right. Let me get that going. And aha, wunderbar. All right, all together. Happy birthday. Okay. Again, happy birthday, Joy Amore, and many happy returns of the day. Okay, and let's see here. Okay. Big Mama, hello. Thank you so much for being here, Big Mama. Oh, they had the cast of what show was that? I just saw what's his name dancing out the corner of my eye here. Anderson. Whatever that guy's name is. Yeah, just saw him dancing out the corner of my eye here. Do you guys know that they have been bullying the 6 female astronauts? Did you guys know that? They have been bullying our astronauts. And some of the people that have been kind of going after them are actually people that are loved and admired by, some of the women that went into space. And, I really hate that because not just because it's wrong, but what kind of bothers me about that is that the fact that, when it was the men going into space, there was little or nothing said about it. Little or nothing said about it. But when it's the women going up, the all women crew, And sadly enough, most of the disdain was coming from other women. If that is something that you find yourself slipping into, um, don't do it. Do better. Do better. Because, listen, whatever we feel about what stuff costs and sending people into space, and that money could be used here and such and such and so and so, it is very telling that it did not happen when the men went up. When they sent Captain Kirk, William Shatner, into space, what was said about it? Oh my goodness, that's great. He finally gets to go into space. But the six women that went up seemed to draw a totally different reaction, mostly from other women. Are we still doing this? Is this still what's happening? I was just shocked. I could not believe it. So, if you you know hear somebody doing that, politely call them out. Just remind them that there's been all kind of people going up in space and nothing was said about it. Um, but yeah, and also they even called them out for getting glammed up. How many times have we heard people criticize women's basketball, just about any women's sport, where they say, oh, they should get their hair done, they should look more glamorous. Now, had they not fixed themselves up going into space, that would have been a problem. So, yep, very, very surprising. Well, I guess it shouldn't be surprising, but that did happen. So I am very, very disappointed. Okay, let's get on with this then. Again, thank you all for the 62,000 subscribers, and thank you all for the constant support of Royal Sussex. uh, Listen, what I do to treat my aches and pains is nobody's business but mine. But plus, it's always been said you can't fly with one wing unless you want to go around in circles. But yeah, I know quite a few space cadets who have never left the Earth too. Let's see here. And Leg says, I don't appreciate the bullying. However, these women passengers going up into space are not astronauts. Is like calling yourself a doctor when you are given an honorary doctorate. Yeah, I can appreciate that. But let me say in defense of what is her name? Um, Gail King. Gail King was not comfortable with that label at all. She said, I cannot see myself as an astronaut when I'm looking at what's her name? Jameson, the real female astronaut. She says, when you have someone like that in the room, I cannot call myself an astronaut. So I'm going to say at least one person was not comfortable with that title. And to be fair, I don't know that any of them are comfortable with that title. I don't believe that that's what they call themselves. Is other people that have been using that label. Um, and I think I mostly heard it from some of the women reporters that were um, at the site. And I guess they thought, girl power, I'm doing them a favor by calling them astronauts. But you make a great point, Legs. It's not really Mae Jameson. Thank you so much. It really is not so fair to use that label astronaut, and it is awkward considering that this was just a trip up and down. But and this is the last thing I'll add to that. They did track the same flight of the first manned flight into suborbital space. So technically, without the the training and the suits and everything, at least not the same training, they did go to suborbital flight and track the same path as I believe Neil Armstrong. So yeah, I guess it's really a matter of perspective. How do you want to look at it? Uh, Let me see. But what it says to other women, what it says to young girls, that is the real issue. Because you want people to feel free to discover and to expand and do things without um, holding your breath and waiting for um, the hypercritical, you know, people. Well, you know what I mean. The unnecessary commentaries from people that just seem like a bunch of haters. And to be honest with you, I didn't even know that it was a thing until I saw My View, My Opinion. Um, if you haven't checked her out, she has a great channel. Is My View, My Opinion, and she was actually the source for me that pointed out that this had even happened, and she was even surprised that some of the people that she loved and respected were some of the worst people doing it. So the biggest offenders, should I say. But yeah, that is unfortunate. What's that? Sharon Rollins says Aisha, is it Bo? Was a former rocket scientist for NASA and is currently a bioastronautics research scientist. She's the kind of person I want in space. Besides that, she is beautiful. Um, yes, that too. Beautiful inside and out. Beautiful mind. Joan Lawman, thank you so much for gifting 5 memberships to Royal Sussex. That is very generous of you. And in advance, I'd like to congratulate anyone who is the lucky recipients of those 5 memberships. And thank you for being a member. Okay, let's move on. Wow, that keeps going, doesn't it? So, Meghan will be a speaker at the Times 100 Summit. Yes, you heard me. Meghan is going to be a speaker at the Time 100 Summit. To the likes of which I just like to say, congratulations. All right. So good news, good news, good news, great news. Let's see, the 2025 Times 100 Summit and Gala. Time will convene the 2025 Time 100 list of the most influential people in New York City at the Time 100 Summit on April 23rd. Gosh, that's so close. And the Time 100 Gala on April 24th, which will air as a primetime television special on May 4th on ABC. The 5th annual Times, I can't say that again, will feature leaders from the global time community to spotlight solutions and encourage action toward a better world. Speakers for the days long event include Meghan, the Duchess of Sussex, founder of As Ever, actor and producer Demi Moore, and co-CEO of Netflix, Ted Sarandos, actor and entrepreneur Ryan Reynolds, comedian Nikki Glazer, co-founder and CEO of Google, DeepMind Demis Hassabis. Yeah. So we're looking forward to that. And by the way, if you take a look, you can see that Lydia has shared the link to My View, My Opinion. She is outstanding. I love listening to her. Legs, thank you so much for the super chat. I really wish that we appreciate the women teacher that died during the Challenger explosion. No one talks about her, who would have been the first civilian woman in space. Sharon Krista McAuliffe. I remember Krista McAuliffe. I remember that. Am I wrong? Was that 1981? Or was that that other time that something like that happened? But yeah, as a matter of fact, let me grab a photo of her if I can. Yeah, let me see if I can grab a photo of her if I can. But yeah, she would have been the first civilian in space. Because if I'm correct, wasn't it like most of the pilots or astronauts before that, they would have, in all likelihood, have been men. They would have had military backgrounds, right? So this was considered the first time that a true civilian would go into orbit. Let's see here. Okay, I got it. Thank you for sharing that. And again, thank you for the super chat. So, and of course, shout out to the school teachers, who I don't think get enough credit. I wouldn't be the person I am today, but for the school teachers. Okay, and there we go. There you go. And there, okay, Krista McAuliffe Memorial to be built in, what is that, New Hampshire State House? A permanent memorial to Krista McAuliffe, the New Hampshire high school teacher who died in the Space Shuttle Challenger disaster 37 years ago. Gosh, though, I didn't know it was that long ago. Oh, my goodness. McAuliffe would have been NASA's first designated teacher in space. She and 6 crewmates were killed when the Challenger broke apart shortly after takeoff. And that was January the 28th, 1986. Okay. And she was 37. Wow. So young. But yeah, thank you so much for sharing that. Oh, let me see. September 2nd, she would have been 76. Okay. 76 years old. Wow, that's sad. That's sad. It was unfortunate that that happened. I think that was at one where they had the trouble with the insulation, which hit one of the tanks or something. All right. And, oh, there we go. Hop back over here. And so, yeah, there we go again to speak. And, oh, you guys, I got to share Serena Williams. Okay, I think this repeats right here. It does. It does. The 5th annual Time 100 Summit. And my favorite part, Meghan, Duchess of Sussex, and founder of As Ever, actor and producer Demi Moore, co-CEO Ted Sarandos. You see, I highlighted Megan's and Ted's names. The rest of them, yeah, they nice too. Ah, okay. Yeah, more of the same. More of the same. Okay. Now, Serena Williams. Serena Williams. What a photo shoot. What a photo shoot. She looks absolutely amazing. Absolutely amazing. There we go. Serena Williams is still at the top of her game. Serena Williams sit back in the driver's seat of her light blue Lincoln Navigator as darkness turns to light. One recent South Florida morning, an interview that was supposed to start close to noon got pushed up on very short notice to the ungodly hour of 6:20 a.m. You mean to tell me people are up at that hour? That's about what time I go to bed. Something unexpected came up with her daughter, Olympia 7 and Adira 1, that required a pre-dawn rescheduling given Williams' hectic life since she announced nearly 3 years ago that she was evolving away from tennis. Has it been that long? She purposely avoided saying retirement. The last minute request to shuttle things around didn't come as a big surprise, but no one was thrilled with the new appointment time, least of all a bleary-eyed Williams. Oh my God, this is the worst, she says. All in the day's life of Serena Williams. But yeah, that was a great photo shoot. Let's see here. Baron, did you know Royal Sussex is listed on Meghan's Instagram page if you click similar accounts? Really? Okay. Nope, I did not see that. I did not see that, but thanks for letting me know. And thank you for the super chat. Yeah, any mistake that somebody would make of associating Megan's hard work with Royal Sussex, oh, that would just be a disaster, wouldn't it? As I say sarcastically, that would just be a disaster. Absolutely. Oh, there was a what's his name? The husband, Ohanian. He actually had made a little video where he speaks about being the father of two black daughters and how that has affected him or changed his life or something to that point. And I don't think I listened to the whole thing all the way through, but that was I did see that earlier. I guess I could have shared that, huh? What is the husband's name? Alexis. Oh, there you go. Alexis Ohanian. I'll let you hear. It's only a minute long, this one little thing. I'll let you guys hear it. But yeah, he speaks about his daughters. Give me just a second here. Alexis Ohanian, who is not afraid of rats. If he had a fear of rats, we probably wouldn't know his name right now. It's a long story. Okay. Oh gosh, you know what? That did not work. Let me try that again. Okay. Oh, I see why that didn't work. All right, got it this time. He's actually very active on social media.
Being blessed to have two Black daughters in particular helps me reframe even some of the most subtle things. So I take Olympia golfing every Sunday. I'm her daddy caddy. I don't know how to play golf. I never played golf. And so we'll go out there and I'm terrible, but we have a good instructor who's also a woman. We'll start on the driving range for about 30 minutes. We'll hit ball. And then she goes with Brittany, her instructor, and they go hit balls and do like real golf stuff. It only dawned on me recently, this whole time, Olympia thinks that golf isn't just for girls, but she also thinks that all the old white guys on the driving range are just dads waiting to pick up their daughters who play golf. How else would I have that moment, right? The extra blessing of the perspective that I have from this daughter, who I obviously love unconditionally, but who I get to sort of see glimpses of the world through. And this is one of the really positive things. I know there's going to be harder conversations in the future, but this is all the more reason why I feel compelled to do this work that aligns so many things that I care about, as well as I think will be very successful financially. And it just feels good being blessed to have two Black.
Wow, he is so cool. He is so cool. Okay. Now, celebrating Meghan Markle's 2019 British Vogue edition. All right. If you remember Vogue, Forces for Change. One of the things I remember about this is that the British press had a meltdown. How dare she? And of course, we cannot forget that knucklehead, this guy, Dan Wooten. Dan Wooten, who insists that royals don't guest edit magazines, celebrities guest edit magazines. What? Royals don't guest edit magazines, celebrities guest edit magazines. I mean, he was frothing at the mouth trying to explain what a terrible thing this was, even though Charles III guest edited a magazine. So did Godzilla Camilla. And then, of course, there was that farce of a edit from, oh gosh, Kitty. What's her name? Kitty. You know, the brother's wife, Kate. That's it, Kate. Kate even guest edited a magazine. So, as you know, the Sussexes do not do anything by half. Not only was Meghan the guest editor, but she used it as an opportunity to showcase other women. She doesn't even appear on the cover. And just to make sure that it was as inclusive as possible, you'll notice that there is one area of the cover where there is no face. There's no face there. The reason why there's no face there is because it's a mirror. It is a mirror that somehow they managed to attach or whatever to the magazine. Well, that mirror is so that you can see yourself amongst all those forces for change. Now, that was absolutely brilliant. Something that I don't know has ever happened before, but Meghan wanted to make sure that girls, women, ladies could see themselves as a very viable source for change. And of course, the longest cranium, the longest face, the longest head in all of criticism, Camilla Tominey. I wonder whether Meghan has. I'm sorry. I wonder whether Meghan was conscious of the bias she showed in choosing 15 forces for change for the Vogue cover, all of whom were women, of which only 5 were white. And if I was pale, male, and stale, I'd be feeling pretty discriminated against right now, says Camilla Tominey. So that means that if it was, I don't know, only 5 blacks and 10 whites, that would be okay. I guess that's the way it was supposed to be. I don't know. But the other criticism I recall at the time is that, now don't laugh, y'all. Don't laugh. There was a bit of controversy because they felt as though one of the most influential women, one of the greatest forces for change, had somehow been omitted from this publication. Guess who that was? Guess who? Anybody want to guess? Oh, it looks like somebody has already figured it out. Yes, there was a complaint about the absence of Her Majesty Queen Elizabeth. The force for change, the woman who has liberated more women than any other woman on the face of the earth. Yes, that Queen Elizabeth. The Queen Elizabeth who sat on the throne for 70 years and couldn't even help her granddaughter-in-law or help her daughter-in-law against that maniacal firm that she was heading. That one. That was the force for change that we were all supposed to recognize. The woman who, shall we say, her epitaph was she met almost every American president since she was on the throne for 70 years. And I kept waiting for somebody to tell me one of these great staggering achievements that she's had in 70 years. And yet there was nothing. I'm sorry, I did not see it. Let me Google that. Queen Elizabeth's greatest achievement. Her her service in World War II. I kid you not, that's what it says here. The stability she brought, transformation to a commonwealth, modernized the monarchy. She made the succession more equitable. She was the first British monarchy to address Congress. Her visit to the Republic of Ireland, the 1969 television documentary. What else? The longest serving monarch in history. Supporting racial justice in the Commonwealth. That's a new one. She reformed the monarchy's finances. You got that right. She sure as crap did. her tireless charity work. Woo! Woo! Oh, you know what? All it takes is nerves. She was just a regular, what do you call it? Martin Luther Windsor, wasn't she? She was just a chip off the old Martin Luther Windsor, a civil rights leader, a charity worker, a mechanic during the war. Never has anyone who has owed so much to so many done so little. Yeah. Um, that's real interesting. But like I said, aside from meeting all them presidents, all but one, I think, and sitting on the throne for 70 years, I say that there's no there there. Okay. So that's the woman who was shockingly absent from the Forces for Change cover. Yes, I see there has been a grave injustice, and I am going to make sure that proper compensation is made. If it's the last thing I ever do, I'm going to make sure that there is proper compensation. All right, so there you go. According to Camilla Tominey, too many people of color, also known as the worst nightmare she ever had in her life, a world with too many people of color, too many women of color at that. And of course, according to others, the absence of the old colonizer herself, Queen Elizabeth II. All right. Yeah, I'll leave it right there. Okay. Well, if they ever do another issue, I suppose that the woman who is a patron of an abused women's charity, maybe she should be on the next Forces for Change. Oh Lord, these people tickle me. Morty, into your way. So right here it says, okay, it says Meghan Markle's British Vogue issue is the fastest selling in the magazine's history. Top line, what is that? Meghan Markle guest edit of British Vogue 2019 September issue, no less. I didn't know it was a September issue. Is the magazine's fastest selling issue. Editor-in-chief Edward Innifel, yeah, her, announced on Instagram with copies flying off the shelves and selling out in 10 days. Yeah, and gosh, it was very difficult to find those. Those are highly collectible if you have one. Those are very desirable and collectible if you happen to have that magazine. Okay, and it also says the issue titled Forces for Change was a departure from previous royal collaborations as it featured portraits of 15 influential women, including Yara Shahidi and Selma Hayek, instead of Marco on the cover. The magazine's history with the royals go back decades. Princess Diana and Meghan's sister-in-law, Kate Middleton, Duchess of Cambridge, have been previously featured on the cover of British Vogue. Info tweeted on Thursday, Forces for Change, guest edited by the Duchess of Sussex, was our fastest selling issue in the history of British Vogue. Sold out in 10 days. What do you say about that? 10 days, and it was all gone. He added that the issue was the biggest selling of the past decade. Overall, print and digital circulation of British Vogue is up around, by the way, this is not a new article, is up around 1%. Women's Wear Daily reported, despite declines in the wider industry that have seen fellow Condé Nast titles, Glamour and Teen Vogue titles shutter their print operation and shift entirely to digital. Let me see. Big numbers, British Vogue, print circulation. Yep. Additional facts. September is usually the biggest month for fashion magazines as it ushers in the new season. But magazine readership as a whole is down dramatically in the UK since some 820 million magazines were sold in 2011 across title compared to the 373 million in 2018, according to Statista. Okay. The figures point to the influence of the royal touch and particularly that of Meghan, the Duchess of Sussex, who stepped back from royal duties. Oh wow, this is a 5-year-old article. Didn't realize that, but okay. But yeah, so that's it for that. Let me go on to the next thing then. Now, this is kind of difficult to see, so I tried to make it bigger on the right side. But Meghan shared some of the reactions to the podcast. It says here, I listened to your podcast. You are the most powerful woman I have seen, and you are inspiring me to make some changes in my life. Love you, Meghan. Oh gosh, I cannot see that other one. Oh, I can't see any of those except for that first one. Oh, the second one here. Can't wait to tune in. Thanks, Meghan. Those bottom two, yeah, that is. Oh, you know what? I can see those. Such a brilliant listen and need to hear this. I'm sorry, needed to hear this. So those are the reactions that some people had to the Confessions of Female Founder. Yeah, that was the reactions that some people had. And Meghan actually shared those on her Instagram. Yes, she did. She shared that on her Instagram. Okay. Now, you know what? I just realized I did not check the Instagram today. Let me make sure I didn't miss anything. Oh, I don't think she posted anything today. Or did she? No, I don't think so. Yeah. No posts from Meghan today, but that's okay. She's been busy and she's got more stuff coming up, so no big deal. All right. All right. Just wanted to check that. Let's go on to the next thing here. So I have a soundbite for you. Meghan Markle shares exact nail polish she wore on With Love, Meghan. Now, that is not the story. The story is their response to Meghan sharing the exact nail polish she wore. Let me cue that up for you.
Markle show. A week after it launched, she set up on ShopMy, which is an affiliate platform. She actually talked about the 2 shades of CND shellac that she wore in her TV show, Satin Slippers and Romantique. I saw, it was an article, they went through to see how many people were clicking on and then went to the website where the products are sold and measured an 8,000% bump in engagement from her ShopMy. There's a tab in Markle show. A week after it launched, she set up on ShopMy, which is an affiliate platform. She actually talked about the 2 shades of CND shellac that she wore in her TV show, Satin Slippers and Romantique. I saw, it was an article, they went through to see how many people were clicking on and then went to the website where the products are sold and measured an 8,000% bump in
8,000%? 8,000% just because of the nail varnish that Meghan was wearing? Now, we're not surprised, but 8,000%? Do you know what that does for the fortunes of some of these companies? And that's just what's recorded. That does not include the word of mouth thereafter. So I am so glad that Meghan started the ShopMy, because it's about time that the Duchess of Sussex gets some of the credit for all of these products that have been selling, I mean, flying off the shelves ever since, the wedding in 2018. Before that, of course, there was a TIG and there was a television show. But since then, there has just been an explosion in fortunes for people that have even the loosest association to the Duchess of Sussex, also known as the Meghan effect. So cheers to her. And remember, if you want to see the ShopMy, you just go to the Instagram. I guess there's a faster way to get to it. I don't know. But I usually see it when I go to Instagram. And the last thing that she added, let's see, is stuff related to Easter. Yeah, stuff related to Easter. So it's ever evolving. Let me see. She has the Easter. She has my closet. And as seen on Instagram. So the outfits from Instagram, including the one from her trip to Broadway, the one where she's holding, I think it's Mamma Mia. This one out in the garden. And a few other ones. So yeah, you can see all of those in the ShopMy. And also, do remember, if you're going to shop for any of those items, please make sure you go and shop through Meghan's page or website or whatever, just to make sure that she's getting the credit for it. Yeah, that is very helpful. Oh, wow. The Anchor Hocking glass mixing bowls. When did she use those? I guess it was when she was cooking something, no doubt. $49.95. Huh, nice. It's like bowls that, how many is that? 10 of them. Yes, 10 of them. And it is from the biggest to the smallest. So there's one for every size in between, biggest to the smallest. And they stack neatly one inside the other. That is pretty cool. Oh, okay. And that's a Crate and Barrel. Got it. All right. So yes, make sure you are checking those out. What's next? Oh, we haven't seen him. Centabale volunteers say Prince Harry lost interest in charity after marrying Meghan? Somebody done got paid, ain't they? They done slipped somebody a few bucks for that quote, if they even, I didn't read the article, if they even bothered to quote anybody. According to the brother, the brother of Prince Say So. Oh my God, is this another one of those things like Barack Obama's brother, Meghan's sister, Meghan's brother, Harry's brother? Now we got Prince Say So's brother. So according to the brother of Prince Say So, the charity's co-founder, Harry's swindling attention killed the spirit of the charity after he married Meghan in 2018. Does that mean that they're going to give that $1.5 million back from Spare and all the fundraisers in between? I doubt it. I really doubt it. If giving someone millions of dollars is a lack of attention, or raising millions of dollars is a lack of attention, I would hate to see what would happen if they had never heard of him at all. This is just so stupid. It is so stupid. Absolutely bonkers stupid. Is the hostility from the Daily Mail to Harry so great that they would actually run a story like this? Obviously, the answer is yes. And of course, let us not forget the misogyny. And that, of course, is invoking Meghan into the story by saying that since he married Meghan, we just don't see him no more. I have no words. Oh, the granddaughter. Thank you. They could be taking it out of context as they did with Nelson Mandela's granddaughter. Okay. They could have asked a specific question if he has physically come. Oh, quite right. To see the brother, which he would. Okay. Got it. Yeah. That makes sense. And then after that, they do what the Daily Mail does, and that is take everything out of context. I got it. Still, I think it's hilarious, though. It's just stupid. Prince Harry lost interest in African charity after marrying Meghan. Brother of Sintabale co-founder says he was perturbed when the Sussexes didn't what is that? Visit. Oh, I think he got off. Visit Lesotho while on holiday in Africa. uh when were they on holiday? While the Sussexes were on holiday in Africa? When was that? I don't remember them taking a vacation to Africa. But surely they're not speaking of the trip to Nigeria. Like that's right next door. Let me see. Where else does it says here? The Duke of Sussex. Okay. The Duke's fading attention killed the spirit of the charity after he married Meghan in 2018. Oh my God. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Wow. uh, let's see. Notice how they are trying to make it all about Meghan. Of course they are. Let me see if that was in his mind or it was fed. Yeah, it's the usual thing. They have a way of they don't, what does that Harry say? They don't report the news. They create it or something like that. Yes, one of the new people stepped down. I saw that. Oh, is it? Is it? Let me see here. For about 20 years, it is very pretty. Ah, yes, great taste. Oh, thank you for sharing that. Apparently, brother, in a sense, we call people not related aunties. Oh, the writer probably did that on purpose. Okay. Okay. Wow. When were they on holiday in Africa? I'm trying to make sense out of that. While the couple was on holiday in Africa, I don't know when that would have been. Oh, well. Oh, well. They tried it. They tried it. Not treated well because of management. Speaking through a translator. Oh, God. Speaking through a translator. Well, that. Oh, that's helpful, right? Speaking through a translator. You liable to get anything from that. Speaking through a translator. Oh gosh, let me see that. Her sparsely furnished concrete block home, she said, I think the reason we're not treated well as workers is because of the management, not because of Centabale does not have money. Uh-huh. Oh, this is a real hatchet job here, isn't it? This is a real hatchet job. You know, they did the same thing with the African parks where but anyway, to hell with that. Princeso Berenge Cieso, guess what? Happy birthday. Wishing a joyous 59th birthday to Prince Aso of Lesotho. 59 years old. Yes, it is Prince Aso's birthday. And right here, you can see the Lesotho Tribune says on this day, 16 April 1966, His Royal Highness Prince Seso was born. He is the second son of His Majesty King Moshu Shu II and Queen Mamahato Seso. He's currently the principal chief of Matsing. So yes, happy birthday. What a cute kid he was. Look at him. He was cute. Let's see. Notice how it is purposely vague, Baron. They want you to question each time they were in Africa. Oh, yeah, because what? I'm sitting up here like, when were they on vacation in Africa? Is it Nigeria? Because we need to spoil that trip. Is it when they were working royals in South Africa? I get your point. I get your point. Wow. That's a trip. Oh well. Thank you very much. No, Prince Harry didn't have a falling out with Princess Eugenie. They always have and always will be close, source says exclusively. Harry's close bond with his cousin remains strong despite reports to the contrary. Now, I don't know what the motivation was for People magazine to just out of the blue do this article. It says Prince Harry and Princess Eugenie's close relationship remains intact despite recent reports suggesting a falling out. Sources tell People that the cousins' relationship remains strong, dismissing claims made by Piers Morgan on a recent episode of Piers Morgan Uncensored. The British broadcaster alleged that Harry went completely ballistic after Eugenie was photographed outside a London pub with a group that included Morgan. The photo, which showed Eugenie sharing a brief hug with him, sparked speculations given Morgan's history as an outspoken critic of Prince Harry and Meghan Markle. But insiders say there is no truth to the rumor. The Duke remains close to Princess Eugenie. They always have and always will be. Huh, okay. Leave it to Piers Morgan to try to make himself center of every story. Well, you know what? I never knew that was Eugenie in the background of that photo right there, but apparently that's Eugenie. And given the palm trees, I'm going to imagine that they're in California. Well, whatever. Inside, one more time. Inside Kate Middleton's secret feud with sister Pippa and how siblings have been torn apart by new obstacles as their lives couldn't be more different. Well, you don't ever see them photographed together. Ever. And of course, no image of Pippa entering or exiting the hospital when Kate had whatever she had in the hospital last year. So that's interesting. And then, of course, there was said to have been some friction between Pippa and William some time ago. Who knows? But they don't seem like a very close family. That doesn't mean that Kate and Pippa do not cross paths at their parents' home in Huckleberry, Bucklebrook, whatever that place is. Doesn't mean that they don't cross paths there. But if you ask me, Kate does not have any friends. And it doesn't seem like she's very close to Pippa. But we won't ever know that because it ain't none of our business. But interesting. And remember, Pippa is the one that looks most like Wallace Simpson. It is Pippa. I mean, look at that. A striking resemblance. Striking. It's like Pippa is Wallace and Wallace is Pippa. We are not alone, you guys. We are not alone. Apparently, there is said to be some biological, minuscule, something life force. In other words, like a very primitive form of life on a planet somewhere. Because in order to have life, there's got to be water. That is the most essential ingredient, water. Life as we know it anyway. But they say that there might be some life form light years away. But by the time that they saw any indication that there was life there, that image had been traveling through space for millions of years, I would imagine. So if there was a civilization there, they may have evolved, become just like us now, and then becoming extinct. By the time they get a rocket there, they'll get there and find out that those creatures, whatever they are, lived and died. And you know what I'm saying? It's all too much to think about. I do believe that there are other forms of life out there. I mean, given the vastness of the universe, we can't be the only ones. But, when they say that we have been visited by other life forms, the thing is, the same physics that keeps us from going too far into space are the same physics that would restrict any other life forms from traveling too far into space. Meaning, of course, what is the likelihood that we will ever find out? Right? Right. So don't hold your breath for it. By the time we find out for certain, a million years would have passed. There wouldn't be anybody here to recall that they said, we're not alone. So interesting to think about, but I don't think that we'll ever find out. As you know, there is this trend of making one's image into a doll. And then that, of course, is Meghan Sussex, female founder action figure. The female founder action figure. And I love the fact that she's wearing one of those outfits from the, oh gosh, what was that called? With the purses and the bags and the, uh, that, oh gosh, I can't remember the name of it. But anyway, well, you know which one I'm talking about. That looks like one of those outfits. I can't remember the name of it. Anybody? Do you remember? I'll wait. I can't remember the name of it. But it was while she was in the UK, of course. Okay, somebody say something because I can't remember. SmartWorks. There we go. SmartWorks. Yes. You get a bell for that. SmartWorks. All right. Guess what, folks? We're almost done. We are almost done. Take a look there. There's a Prince Harry AI generated doll. Now, some deranger made this, and Prince Harry's action figure had a one finger salute. Well, I removed it so that it would look proper and decent. But yeah, I did not like that. I did not find that amusing at all. Always trying to trash Harry. And then lastly, guess what? I'm almost done. Lastly, we have this. A video featuring Prince Harry. You know how they do those videos? And by the way, I'm going to have to turn the sound down because I believe the music is a copyright infraction, so cannot share that. But I can share the image. I say I can share the image. Oh, it's got to load. Okay, come on, image. Okay, this is not helpful. Come on, image. My. Oh, you know what? That's because I was doing that the wrong way. Sorry about that. Let me try it this way. Ah, fudge. Let me try that over again. They said, I bet they'll never make it. All right, got it. There we go. Yes, I had to cut the sound, but this is one of those ones where it like evolves as it goes along. I don't know how they do that, but that is so cool. Huh? I love that spin. Archie. Wait, where's Lily? Huh? Let's watch that again. Huh? I love that. And spin. Perfect. I love that. That is so cool. All right. There must be an app of something that does that, but that is really cool. I love that. All right, folks, I am done for tonight. Thank you all very much. I'm not going to linger for another 3 hours. I am seriously done. Done. All right, happy birthday again, Joy Amore. I will see you all tomorrow. What's that? The constant abuse and harassment is staggering. Notice people can't have opinions about celebrities. I'm sorry, can't have, one more time. Notice people can have opinions about celebrities, but for the most part in the US, we let them live their life. However, some make a living tarnishing. Here. Okay. Well, that will be our closing thought. Thank you all very much. Thank you, moderators, for keeping this a safe space. And I will see y'all tomorrow.